Hello and welcome back to Rust Brain Cup 7, lower bracket round 1. We said goodbye to Anima already, the Frenchie is out, and either Moldova or Russia will lose another player here. Blade versus Sheik, Human versus Undead, the first Human versus Undead that we will showcase here with patch 1.30. And man, Blade is doing really well recently, also playing in the W League in China, not unsuccessfully so far. And Sheik, man, we said it before in his matches that we've seen here against Lolite, it was. Every single tournament that he's playing at the moment, he ends up in the finals. Qualified very early for Rust Brain Cup 7. And he, for me, I don't know, it's hard to pick a favorite for me.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a clear-cut favorite for me either. I don't know. I'm not quite as much on the Sheik hype train as you are.
Wait. Before you go into this, Blade versus Sheik and Lolite versus Hawkins at the same time. What do we want to see?
I'm fine either way.
It's both for elimination, but I think this is going to be closer. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too.
Then this is our last game of the day.
No, after it's gonna be...
No, Lucifer versus Sheik or Blade is postponed to tomorrow.
You sure?
They just said it in chat.
Okay. Too late now, here we go!
Sheik versus Blade it is then. Sorry, we didn't know about this before. Everything is a little hectic here, but the admins are doing a phenomenal job. Demon and Greenfield and 100kg and all the goodgame.ru admins. Big shout out to you. They're doing this for free. They don't get anything for it except appreciation from the community. So thank you very much for that. And Human vs. Undead, I'm really curious how this will pan out.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot of changes which are certainly gonna affect the meta. By the way, our question answered here earlier. The tree was incredibly close to the gold mine. This town hall here is a little bit further away. But let's introduce the players first. Sheik and Blade here, both kind of like the second guard in European Warcraft nowadays. It used to be Foggy and Happy on the very top, and then after that we had Sonic. We had Hawk maybe even. We had Orc Worker. Hawk probably further towards the top though. But Orc Worker has dropped down immensely. Sonic also kind of, although you could argue that he's making his way back. But especially Blade and Sheik, they have been improving so much. Yeah. They're trying to get closer to our top dogs in Europe.
Before we go into this a little further, Drakatan has donated €5. Nostalgia, he says. Oh yeah, and hopefully not only nostalgia, but entertainment for the future as well, as Warcraft 3 is on a high note at the moment with all these patches. Both of the players are playing for a Chinese clan in EWCL, and doing well. They got second in the entire league, which is pretty impressive, playing on NetEase, as we said before. And Sheik, since his comeback, man, you say you're not on the hype train. I certainly am. Very impressive what he's showing so far. And Oyo has resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much for that as well. Once again,
so, yeah,
best of 3. And the loser is out.
Alright, when the new patch came with the militia duration, the whine was big and the complaining was loud. But seems like Blade is convinced that this is still very much so creepable. It is 7 militia, that's the same as it was before. The DK harassing is gonna be more dangerous than it was in the past, but I guess the damage is still good enough. We're gonna see here.
Yeah, it runs
this is
out
the first
now.
time I'm seeing this.
It runs out now. So the High Priest and the Trapper will stay alive a little longer, and the DK is making his way over. It's not about creeping this, I guess it's about the retreat. He's saving 1, and I don't think he is too happy about that, because if we look at the chat log, 5-second militia, lol. So he's not too happy with the changes, for sure. And only now he can retreat in peasant form. And here's the DK with Coil and Heroic Necromancy.
So this did take quite a bit longer than it used to in the past. But unless the undead spawns close position to you, you're still gonna get it off in time. You're still gonna get all the last hits. But of course, peasants are gonna start dying here.
So rough, man.
But that was already the case in the old patch.
And so many skeletons, no arcane tower. This is a slaughter in the base.
Yeah, 4, that's where it kind of starts to hurt. 3, is about what you expect, kind of. 2 at least. He lost 4 now. The DK getting closer to level 2 as well. I like the 2 footies. I keep on saying this over and over. Park 2 footies on the DK makes his effectiveness a lot harder to achieve.
Robe of the Magi, by the way, for the Archmage. Great item. Level 2.5 for him as well. He can jump up to level 3 quite easily. The first Fiends are coming too. DK level 1.5, but that's so much, man.
It was Tome of Intelligence as well, right?
I think... I don't know.
I think it was. So lots of mana here for this AM. 450 mana pool already. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Really good region. Here come the militia. They're moving out. The AM is far away from the creep camp.
Town is under siege.
Acolyte sees this. Has to run over though. He can't creep this without the help of the water elemental.
Oh, we're in sync again. Isn't that lovely? And yeah, what can the DK do? He is at 60%, 66% HP. Acolyte is there. Can he steal something with coils or right clicks? Water elemental is down already. Militia duration again running out. This is gonna be so hard. Oh, he gets the first trapper. This is not good for Blade.
Coils on cooldown though, so he's gonna get the big one.
Yeah.
And that's almost level 3.
But
only one more coil last hit and he will have level 2.
The 2 warriors are still up. And there's 2 coils basically.
Player's forces are under attack.
But he's getting it. It is taking a while, yes. AM is holding on to his mana here. He's gonna get the Acolyte. There we go. And now with the Water Elementals, level 2. Easily takes out the rest. The DK is gonna get level 2 here, but I really like this. 2 footies, shaved off, 2 on the Fiend, 2 on the DK. And yeah, it took a little while to take this camp. But there's so much pressure here on the hero especially that he can't really find too many kills on the peasants.
Blade is reacting really well to this. Like, if you haven't played too much in this matchup on this patch, then you get wrecked.
He crept this and dealt with the harass better than Infi did against 1-0.
Indeed, DK! Down portal forced. Wow, Blade man, chapeau holding this. And Expo now. I mean, the tier 3 tech is on the way. But what can the DK do with 50 HP? Nothing.
At least he's got the aura. Kind of surprised that he didn't go for a potion. He has 4 fiends. Going for 4 fiends instead of a second hero. Don't know about that choice, to be honest with you. Lich would add a lot to what he can do.
This is still 1.30 and not 1.301, so Disease Cloud is not updated for the wagon. Which could come into
that's a
effect
big
later.
deal. That's a really big deal, actually.
Yeah.
And the AM, full HP, under no pressure. That Periapt he found is gonna make surviving against Kolnova easier as well. And now I guess with the Fiends he's looking for some tower cancels. That he can achieve, but he can't dive against the base.
There's no lumber
unless the Shredder opens the way.
Exactly, there's a Shredder for Blade, helping in the defense, good damage against Fiends, and of course the decay with normal. And I think he just has to right-click the
Oh, the
DK,
Shredder's surrounded! Oh, but he can fight out. Dude, he's a man. He's a manly man.
Yep.
Still no arcane in the main. I think this is too greedy. This skeleton harass has cost him so much already. So many peasants have died over the course of this. And that's something that Blade has been doing in several matchups for a long time now, skipping out on towers. I feel like he's a little bit too greedy with that sometimes.
Oh, another peasant killed on the base. Coil saves this Fiend. Unholy Aura not working for those two. Shredder is safe, by the way, at the expansion, which is up and running with an arcane tower there to prevent skeleton harass at the expo. Archmage 3.6.
This tech is so late for Blade, though.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's still there with skeletons. Yeah. And he's not microing it too well either. Losing another one.
Yeah, skipping out on the arcane certainly came to become a pain in the ass in this game. Finally goes for the scout tower. So late into this game.
I think it always looked a little bad for Blade since everything was so late. Lich is out there now, greets the Archmage with a Nova. He held this well, but yeah. Like, how does this game go if he has an arcane tower in the base and doesn't lose 6 or 7 peasants? It's hard to judge because the patch is so new.
Yeah, so with the fast attack, Blade would be in a much more comfortable position, but it's not a bad position, I don't think. He should have the towers here, the time for them to come up, because... Oh, he stopped building the lumber mill, actually.
Oh, that hurts.
That is towers starting after Destroyer upgrade. Ooh, Blade, you and you're skipping out on towers, man.
And he is in range of the peasants, so he can kill a lot more. And he's actually in tower range as well with the fiends. So not only that he can only start upgrading now, one of them's gonna die as well. Archmage though gets a Coil Nova and is about to...
Oh!
What the hell, Zeppelin? He
Oh my God.
is so greedy! If he loses the Archmage, game's over.
He's trying to force his opponent to come back home to defend, but these footies don't even have defend.
Yeah.
They're not scary at all. And of course, Acolytes, a lot more powerful nowadays at dealing with this harass.
And tech is done, he can just reproduce them.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have that much gold, and he keeps them from mining while mining more. But he's feeding the DK up to level 3.
And this
And
now
Zapper?
really, and this now really all really comes back to that Arcane Tower in the main. Had that been up, his tech would have been faster, other towers would have been faster, this main would have been secure, he would have had a second hero by now, could have perhaps have breakers by now.
Like, this was one of the effects of 1.3 that the Nerubian towers have more armor, so the detonate of the Zapper doesn't kill it immediately. Archmage is back, but look at the base! This is ridiculous. There's not a single worker.
Yeah. And that was another
And the Archmage is dead! Avada Kedavra, boom, and... no discussion, game over. We haven't seen a single destroyer.
Oh yeah, he opened the way into the main. And he's complaining about the patch. Really? Dude, just make an Arcane Tower in the main. Are you kidding me? That is laughable.
Harsh criticism from Mr. Remo Rimmel.
And it's such a shame because he defended the harassment at the expansion so well. Like, that was close to perfect.
Yeah.
That was so well done. Just make an Arcane in the main. And also, when you make the guard towers after the Arcane, don't make them right next to your farms. The fiends can kill them then. Make them behind.
I still feel that, like, the 4 peasant kills in the early, maybe he felt forced to skip on stuff, but then delay your tech. But then the tech was already delayed. I can understand that humans are a little frustrated and maybe have to adapt. Like, I don't think you can blame this on the patch alone if you play it like pre-patch, you know?
What?
Like, he played this exactly the way he played it on 1.29. He didn't really adapt to anything. So, I don't know, you just have to find new ways, I guess. Which is not easy, but that's the challenge of a patch.
Yeah, I mean, certainly humans have been hit as one of the hardest. I think that's pretty fair to say. And there was a lot of frustration online from the human bros out there. But guys, you know, take it one step at a time. Undead was without any chances competitively for many, many, many years. And then there was a guy 1-0 and happy who showed that you can do it if you play well. So, you know, don't lose all hope just yet.
Man. Yeah, like, wait until you see what Infi and TH are doing with you.
Exactly.
And then we'll see. But yeah,
another sub here by Fear Me Please. Thank you very much.
The militia duration is hard though. Like, really hard.
It depends on the map though, right?
Yes,
for example,
I mean, here on
TM, yeah, on TM it's really painful because the first creep, the lab, gets more difficult. Maybe you should change that creep. Maybe you should go for the Merc camp if you spawn closer. I don't know. Maybe there's something else to be done. Also, the Expo, that one suffers from that as well, creeping that one. But now we're going to a map where this shouldn't be a problem. We're going on to LR, second map. The first camp is super easy to take. The expansion is super easy to take. So now you cannot blame the militia duration anymore.
Okay, let's see what Blade capable of doing. I don't know if it's the right mindset as well. Like, he complained about the militia duration when it didn't even start. I mean, he knows he has played this before on ladder and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Sheik played it well. He was under a lot of pressure, kept his DK alive, rushed tier 3 as undeads do it most of the time, especially in Europe. And yeah, if your towers are all that, I mean, you have a little lumber income with all those peasant dead. So I feel the human pain a little, judging from this map alone, from the last map.
Yeah, on Twisted, it's certainly rough. That's true. Yeah. But you have 2 vetoes. So you're using your veto obviously on AI. Yeah. And then maybe on floodplains, I don't know. But you can just veto Twisted if it's so hard to creep.
Wait, Hawk is in game? He's supposed to play Lola.
Maybe that's postponed tomorrow as well? I don't know. So, it's an MK first.
I just said that, Remo.
Well, I was distracted by
It's okay.
Hawk.
We are online for 8 hours now casting. That's fine. That's totally
I never considered Blade to be an MK player. Hawk, sure. Anima, certainly. But not Blade.
I think I've seen like 2 games against Sumiko where he played MK.
MK first?
Yeah, but I don't know. I really don't.
A player's forces are under attack.
Usually, always an Archmage player. I totally agree.
Interesting. MK pretty good against Tet Fiend build order because you have only the 1 Fiend coming out later, and that's a pretty easy pickup usually with a Stonebolt surround technique. But the Acolyte sees this ahead of time. Some undeads will play more aggressively early on, go for more ghouls, go to like 5, 6, and then attack the expansion, because the MK with the Stormbolt is really good against single target, but not so good against many dangerous targets, unless he goes for Clap, of course. Yeah. That has been nerfed again a little bit, though, with the AoE.
It's still strong, I feel. You have a Lumber Mill very early this time for Blade. But he's still not creeping this.
Waking up the creeps here with the illusion is pretty cool. Figuring the bloodlust early.
Okay, we're just saying the same stuff. We're in that kind of a game. DK stealing this, getting close to 2. And we will see if it's Clap or Stormbolt in a bit. Can he steal this one? No, Stormbolt on the DK. Well done, getting the big over. And the item as well. It was a Ring of Protection. He also has a Claw. Nice inventory, I think. And Dash.
No, he saw no ghouls coming in, so no need, I guess, for the Clap.
1 peasant down. And I think there's more. Okay, he has no coil anymore. But
there's more. There's more.
More.
Like Billy Mays. You remember Billy Mays? No. He was a Warcraft fan. He had that. He was like a telemarketer dude, you know, who's selling stuff. Check out this deal, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was back then watching the WCIP. Remember that one?
Yeah, sure.
And he died of a cocaine overdose.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
Why do I not know this? Usually that's trivia that... Whatever. Rest in peace, mate.
Actually, South Park made fun of him in one of their episodes because they always said, "Hey, Billy Mays here. Check out this new deal."
Oh, now that you say it that way, it kind of rings a bell.
And he was a Warcraft fan. Who was casting back then the WCIP? Who was that again?
Endars and Junior Joker. Junior, right?
A player's forces are under attack.
So tier 2 is done, and we do have Fiends coming out. MK usually a pretty strong counter to this, as he's approaching level 3 pretty rapidly. This time, no towers being skipped from Blade. We have 1 guard in the main, 1 guard at the expo. There's always this danger of the undead going into Gargs, and if you don't have a guard tower up, then suddenly you can just lose the game. Because of this, he's not gonna risk this. He's gonna be in position to defend. And there we go.
Right? That he goes for 2 guards without an arcane when skeletons wrecked him on game 1.
Yeah, I mean, we know him to be really greedy with his towers, but you kind of have to go one guard tower in each base to be safe.
Yeah.
So I can understand it.
He is
And
taking.
He's attacking pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
One guard in each base only, not even a shop.
Yeah.
So that is a pretty damn fast attack from Blade
A
this time
player's
around.
forces are
And
under
he's
siege.
coming
Under
for the
siege.
base, but is he forced back by an illusion here? Feels like it. Kind of weird movement by Blade now. He wanted to go into the base. Ah, maybe he saw that the DK is back. With the rest of the army.
Tier 2 still only by Sheik. Has the money now kind of to decide. Does he make statues? Does he make more fiends? Does he tech quickly? For now it's statues. And Frost Armor first and moving across the map. Looking to get something done.
That's a cool move to go Frost Armor first against the Footmen. They are, especially so when they have defense. I don't know if you go defend anymore, but...
Greater mana, dude.
Sweet!
That's a pretty good drop for the MK. And he canceled the shop as well. That's a big deal also. If there was no greater mana, now he might suffer from mana issues.
He can't heal the peasants, and that's gonna be... Okay, there's no Noah because he has this, but he can just stand there. The skeletons, again, so strong.
Can force the TP here pretty easily though. First Stormbolt hit. Didn't go for the boots on the MK surprisingly. Normally we always see this.
And he catches some hits as well. Long range bolt. Trying to go
That's
first
the TP.
round, but yeah, he's forcing the counter instantly.
Bad
No,
movement on the
actually
MK.
not.
He's not in range for the next Stormbolt. What is... That
And
was
he's
a
running
massive mistake.
into the Fiends and Lich.
And he doesn't
losing
use his
his-
TP.
Blade is triggered by Twisted, clearly. He's losing everything. Not everything, but he's losing so much.
Oh man. And now he has Nova as well. This would be a massive Nova right here.
Oh boy, and he has another mana potion. Like again, signature move by by Sheik going early
player's
mana
forces
potion.
are
He
under
is actually losing everything. Oh my god. Mountain King
Mana
back,
potion
clarity.
used, but can't even get in range.
And he cancels the clarity immediately. Oh no, there was the potion, right? The big one. Okay, so it wasn't the clarity.
Now, this doesn't really look like an MK player to
But
me.
come on, this is level 2.5 from one fight.
He's going in this potion. He wants to get this kill. Dude, go for the boots, man. It's a really good item on the MK, believe me.
He has no money anymore. Now he has.
Second hero, Blood Mage. It's not over yet, but boy, did Blade just give his advantage away. Didn't have
Statue
much of an
faithful.
advantage, but he did have a little bit of one.
He's going for the storm. But there's not enough follow-up damage anymore. Info
Invul?
potion. Oh, there's another coil. He runs away. He's hiding behind the tree, so he's not in sight. He has a vision on the MK. He's running away. Far. He can continue to push with this. The DK is away, but whatever.
Going for the Lich here, that's really not gonna work.
No.
Surrounded by his own fiends.
Using two.
Dude, did he throw away a lot of footmen in this?
He's so triggered.
And if only he had more towers at his expo, but no, he wanted to be greedy.
Stormbolt. He can use the coil, I guess, with the potion. There we go. Ah, but there's some healing. What?
That's the kill.
Okay. Stays in there. And there's almost another Nova. Blood Mage coming in. Must be siphoned first, right?
Yep.
Is he getting trashed? Tier 3 on the way.
If he gets enough time for, let's say, 6-7 breakers, there's very little that she can do about that right now. He is getting to tier 3 though. That's gonna change things.
Yeah, once there's an orb, I think he's in a good position. 4 fiends, 2 statues. She only had 34, so you might be right. Maybe I'm exaggerating things a little.
And these fiends could be getting picked off here. How many Stormbolts do we have?
What's the Blood Mage doing there?
And he knew that the undead army was somewhere there, and he wanted to check both exits. And now 2 ghouls have been wasted, kind of. Here comes the buyback from the tavern for the DK.
And a dark
Not
Ranger.
really in kill range.
And we have silence now. Or does he
And-
want to snowball fast? With
Biggest issue is these peasants at the expansion are so super exposed.
yeah. There's nothing to block. There's no SimCity at all.
No orb yet either, though, and it's kind of hard to get that one. He doesn't have backpack. His ghouls are
He has
mostly dead.
backpack.
Oh, he does have backpack. Okay.
Maybe just finish.
A player's
But yeah,
forces
orb
are
is key.
under
Even
attack.
though it's only -4 armor, not -5 anymore. Orb is absolutely key. And again, Skeleton Man. MVP unit of the series so far. Silence again. Oh,
Double
sweet! Silence hitting both. Lich has mana, by the way. DK has a coil. Oh, Nova's gone. And Silence. Nice, can't do too much against it. He's sucking him dry. No coil anymore, so the spells are gone for the undead. He's in tower range, and yeah, force him town portal. Well done with the usage of the heroes despite the silence. Now that breakers are coming, but this is time for the orb. This is time for Disease Cloud. He's just going
the
A-bomb.
new Disease Cloud against breakers is really nice.
Must feel weird for the breakers to be affected by something, and it's
A
actually doing
player's
something
forces
against
are
them.
under attack.
Hero levels for Sheik are pretty damn good. He's gonna get 4 on the Death Knight as well. Should be Death Pact. Gonna get an Invul also. And yeah, these peasants still aren't safe. There's gonna be 2 towers here at least, but that's not really good enough.
Thank you very much for the sub coming in. Thank you, Danon G, for the Prime sub.
And the perfect item here for Sheik in this situation. Gets the Greater Invul from the camp, and gets the small one from the shop.
He should be safe. He can dodge the Stormbolts with it. There is a lot of mana. So
A
thanks to
player's
Blood
forces
Mage, of
are
course.
under attack.
Yeah, the harass continues and taking down the towers. Now that the fiends come in, there's no masonry.
Damn, dude, that's late. Always greedy with his towers and stuff.
Yeah. Another sub, Don Dolare. Welcome to the sub squad, my man. And this is wrecked. Level 2 Dark Ranger, and now we get Dark Minions from this.
Alright, here we go. Militia coming in from the main. Stormbolt onto the DK right away. Not too much follow-up damage, to be honest. Book of the Dead surround. That was pretty nice. He doesn't have destroyers here to deal with this. Book has been nerfed, but still pretty good. Coil comes in, but too late! The Dark Ranger's dead. Oh man, that was a split second. Was that the split second to decide this game? MK still super low HP. Has to use his TP, and again he doesn't TP. Are you serious right now?
Coil Nova surprises him. The militia duration is once again over. The Abomination comes in with a Disease Cloud. This could be the end for Blade right here. He's losing more and more of his workers. The Breakers are pressing him backward, but the statues are still there. The statues are still fine. Mountain King coming back, but there's no mana on him. Everything is Disease Clouded, and he's going for the Blood Mage. He's going hard for the Blood Mage. Gets the town portal done, though. Is there enough damage to kill the Mountain King? Nope, with the absence of Nova and Coil. There's not. But man, damage was done.
Disease Cloud is working well, but he is getting the Scroll of Regeneration to counter against it. And that is a good idea.
Indeed. Blades can take a breath here as Sheik is not continuing his harass for the first time in this game. Creeping a little. And a zap. Very unique to see that from Undead.
Yeah, I think that's the best purchase. It's all about Stormbolt surrounds. And the only thing that can attack here is the Blood Mage.
And we have a level 4 Lich. Usually a level 4 doesn't do too much for you, but the Dark Ranger is level 2, gets the skeletons, especially from all the exposed workers. Lich can eat them up then, has even more mana, results in even more Nova, results in even more damage. Nice level 5 Mountain King though, with a Flute of Accuracy, not accuracy, sorry, with a Spellbreaker +1 on each, but it's only +1, it's not too much.
But this is usually where this strategy really takes off, because you can instantly kill fiends. Oh, nice dodge on the Stormbolt with that Zeppelin. And guess what? You can also disjoint this Siphon mana. That's why the Zeppelin is so nice against this strategy.
It's really well done.
But yeah, Banish and Bolt still instantly kills a fiend. Also a lot of damage on the DK. Whew. Has to use the Hellstone already.
A lot of
A-Bomb
free
needs to get in
damage.
front here. Can't quite get there yet. Alright, there we go.
Also,
Applying the Stinky Cloud once again.
Stinky Cloud. What was I forgot what I wanted to say, but yeah, really nice Zeppelin micro. He didn't do that for the first time.
Mana Potions again. Signature Sheik move.
Very
Still has both Invuls, by the way. Wasn't forced to use those before.
-4 armor. Nova. Heal potion against it. Silence on the Blood Mage. There's no banish.
Once again, peasants exposed. How many workers have died in this very situation, this very position?
This could be like 20 by now. Blade is a little hesitant here. Doesn't know if he should engage or not. 53 supply with his 57. And Only one skeleton. I think he missed microed the black arrow a little.
He's
Nice
no mana on the Dark Ranger as well.
Okay.
DK, not too much mana with the potion, however. The Lich, he has quite a few Novas to use.
He doesn't have a town portal, right? No. He's
Nope.
stuck.
But a
I mean,
Zeppelin.
Big A-bomb is here. Yeah, he can't fit everything into the Zeppelin.
He's juggling the heroes, takes out the Berserker, so there's less anti-air. Coil, Nova, MK low. Has to go for the potion here once again.
So many potions in this game. More and more breakers are falling. I don't see many fiends dying here. The damage is just simply not enough. And he's going for the Blood Mage. No rescue! Now is it time for the Mountain King to die? There's another coil. There's also more Nova. Oh, level 5 with the DK. That might save him. Here comes Nova. Here comes right clicks. Here comes the coil. And that must be the end. GG by Blade. Eliminated 2-0 from Russ Brain Cup as Sheik is surviving until tomorrow when he will be facing Lucifer in the lower bracket. Jesus. That was fun. For undeads, I guess.
Yeah, that was, he kind of... I'm sorry, Blade, but you kind of messed up both those games. He showed some really good signs, but in the mid-game he made a couple of errors. And that's the way Human has always worked. If you play it extremely well, it is super strong, but make a few mistakes here, cut a few too many corners there.
Yeah.
And then
And
suddenly
like,
everything falls apart.
also, like the first game, no Arcane Tower. Second game, if he has an Arcane Tower there, this is so much less effective.
Yeah. And a shop right next to the expo as well. Mike that earlier. Go for the boots, for the love of God. He also mismicroed his MK in that first defense quite spectacularly.
We have some good news for all the Warcraft 3 enthusiasts around the world as we have one more match for you. It's going to be Hawk versus Law Lion, Russia versus Korea, lower bracket round 2. We say goodbye to one more player and that's going to be our final match of the day. Stay tuned, check out the stream description once again to find out some ways to support us if you like it. And of course some social media links and links to YouTube and Reddit and Wikipedia as well. Little break here for us before we go into our 10th hour of casting Warcraft here on this beautiful Saturday. See you in a bit.